Here we have the new 2026 Honda HR-V. This one comes in the LX trim level, 2-wheel drive model. Crystal black pearl is the paint. And then we have black cloth interior. The powertrain consists of a 158 horsepower, 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. And then that's mated to a continuously variable transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights. And the lights don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But really nice look here ever since this HR-V got its redesign. It's absolutely stunning. Down here to the wheels, 17-inch alloy. And then to the door panel here, power mirror controls, power door locks, rear window locks, one touch up and down on the driver's side window, and then just regular power windows on the other 3 doors. Traction control, and then your hood release is right here. Pedals, manual tilt, as well as telescoping steering wheel. And then here we have a 6-way manual driver seat, so we can pump the seat bottom up or down, seat back, forward and back, and then the seat bottom, we can move forward and back as well. But a huge thanks to Darrell Waltrip Honda here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this HR-V today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. $27,595 is the sticker price. EPA gas or fuel economy is 26 city, 32 highway. And there's the parts content if you're interested. But I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna check out the space sitting behind myself. So decent space back here for this to be a compact SUV. I love the soft touch lights that we have back here. I think I missed that, but yeah, that is very nice. We have a seat back pocket on this side. There's a view of the front from back here. And then a little storage pocket there. But with this being the LX, not too much going on here. But let's make our way towards the back. Child lock, unlock there. And there's the cabless fuel filler. Now the back end is really nice, especially in this black. Love the tail lamps, those are LED. It's a very nice look to that. And then underneath the vehicle, you can see the exhaust system there. Manual lift gate, but plenty of space behind the second row. You have the top tethers on the outboard seats there. It's a 12 volt here, and then you have an LED light on either side in the cargo area. And then underneath this, you have your spare tire. I have to adjust that later. Tight squeeze. Now to the rear passenger side, if you want to fold these seats flat on either side, you just pull up here. That'll fold flat into the floor. You can run longer objects through to the front, and then pretty easy to snap it back into place. And then you have your lower anchors for the car seats right there. And then this is our 4-way manual front passenger seat, so we can just adjust the seat back there, seat bottom here, and then AC vents are integrated in there. And there is the glove compartment with the owner's manual. So as we come back around to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. So there's that 2-liter 4-cylinder. And before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. But yeah, those taillights really do it for me. I love the look of those. The headlamps as well, but love the LED turn signals. So let's hop in the driver's seat now. So vinyl wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Over here to the radio, we get this newer screen here. So For the audio, let me cut the fan speed down a little bit. For the audio, we get AM, FM, and then we also have a USB drive, Bluetooth audio, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. And then our general settings are right in here, so we can adjust those system settings here if you want to change the language. But for the most part, it's a very simple setup in the Honda screens. Most of your settings are going to be in the gauge cluster, which I'll show you in a little bit. But easy to connect your device. And then if you need to mess with your sound, you can do that there. And then you have a volume knob here if you need to, and you can click it to turn the audio source off. Backup cameras here, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. You have a few different views you can choose from. It's all the backup camera, but it's just like what you see on the screen. Your vents are integrated here, hazards. We get single zone automatic climate controls. We can turn the auto on here, adjust the fan speed to turn that off. And then you can adjust your fan direction here, AC toggle on or off there, and then you can click this to turn the whole system on or off. Now I love this, even in the LX, we have two USB-C ports and a wireless charging pad here. This USB-C port is for charging, and then this one you can actually run to the radio. Bottle holders are here. And then for the shifter, push back the button, reverse, neutral, drive, then you have that sport mode, and then you have the low mode there. Another USB-C charge port there. And then your drive modes can be toggled here. You have your normal, econ, and snow. Electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down and disengage. And then you have your automatic brake hold here. Center console cubby space. Now I like how they did this. You have the cubby space here, and you have kind of a little run-through pocket there. But there's a look at the back seat from up here. LED lights. And there's the vanity mirror. But back to the steering wheel itself, blinkers here, high beams, and then you have your high beams there. But intermittent wipers, excuse me. One time off, intermittent low, high, and then your rear wipers here, intermittent on. Pull there for the fluid, or pull there for the fluid in the back, and then pull up here for the front. Yeah, it's getting hot in here. I'm starting to lose my consciousness. But you can go through track lists or radio station presets here. Volume can be adjusted here. Voice recognition, home button. This home button takes you over to the settings you have in the gauge cluster. So you have your safety support system if you want to fool with that. And then you can adjust the brightness, the vehicle settings. This is where you go if you want to adjust your language or the meter setup. You can do that here in terms of the changing the speed. And then you also can go through a few other options as well. It's a lot there. But over here, cruise control, the lane departure, gap adjust there, set your speed, cancel. Push button start. And then finally, here's the key fob. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Honda HR-V LX out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this 26 HRX, you have the 2-liter 4-cylinder paired with the CVT, and I will say this does a lot better than you would expect, having that naturally aspirated 4-cylinder paired with the continuously variable transmission. This feels a lot peppier than the Hyundai Kona, in my opinion. Feels less strained, even though they both have 2-liter 4-cylinders. But you're also getting something that's a bit more efficient here as well. I test drove an all-wheel drive Kona earlier, and that just felt rather sluggish, while this feels more agile. I feel like you can push it harder, and this is in the econ mode. Now in terms of the ride quality, so far it's normal, not overly smooth or overly stiff, just rides like you'd expect a small SUV to ride. Overall seating position is good. The hood is sloped pretty nicely. I can still see it just barely, but it's not really impeding on my vision ahead of me. And I like how they put the screen here. It's kind of up like tablet style, but it's not up where it's impeding on my vision at all. And it's less of a distraction than you would expect. I think partially because of the black here and how it all just kind of is neutral. It's not a lot of chrome or reflective, at least reflectiveness going on right now. It's early afternoon, so take that for what it is. But as of now, well, there it goes there. You barely have glare coming off the volume knob, but other than that, nothing else is really bothering me from the screen being right there. Yeah, just from a stop here, and I'm only saying this because I drove a Hyundai Kona earlier today, this pulls a lot better. It just feels less strained. It feels like it's not limiting itself, again, even in this econ mode. But I realize now that I have it in the sport mode instead of the normal drive mode, so that's part of it. Yeah, that feels more like a Hyundai Kona now. But I like that you have the sport mode here, and then you can also put the drive mode in normal with the sport shifts, and then that feels almost quick. But I also just really like the looks of this SUV. The outside it's just beautiful to look at. And then you have a more minimalist view in the cabin. Like everything's almost kind of blacked out. It's not a distraction. I like that. Now I have it in normal with the sport shifts on, so we're gonna see if we can give it a pull getting on the interstate here. Here we go. So quick pull at about 60 there. Not bad. And the engine didn't sound as strained either. Let's do it again. Don't want to give it too much, but again, I think that's pretty accurate. But one more big thanks to Darrell Waltrip Honda for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get to the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. But lane centering adaptive cruise here, I think you get a lot for the money with this SUV. Not necessarily quick, but 158 horsepower, not terrible. It's just, there's a lot that's offered here for this money in the LX trim if you're wanting just a small SUV with everything you need and no extras. But with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Honda HR-V LX.